Hello everyone and welcome to Action RPG. I'm your host Aaron, and for today's video we're headed to the world of Last Epoch. The good old developers from 11th Hour Games have officially bestowed upon us 0.8.5 D. And what did we get from D? Actually, we got quite a lot, but mainly new uniques. And quite a lot of new uniques. Over 10 new uniques have entered Last Epoch. And for this video, I'm gonna reveal. I think I've found most of them, if not all of them. I might have missed one or two, but I think I got all of them. Just putting that out there right now. And we are literally gonna go through every single one. And I'm hoping throughout the week or weekend we could stream and we could find some of these and maybe some new build guides in the future, because I've got I got some ideas, because some of these items are extremely powerful. Now, before we begin, it's almost Easter. I'm hoping today is the day I have earned your subscription. I'm hoping today is the day you make that decision to push that little red button. I would really appreciate it. Subscribe and help push the channel forward in 2022. On top of that, I've officially started a Patreon. Thank you to the first 36 people that have signed up. All the likes, shares, comments, all of that is amazing. But if you want to take it one step further and support me financially, first link in the description to become an instant ARPG VIP and get Patreon exclusive content. All right, as always, I will share my thoughts. Please feel free to share yours in the comment section below. Here we go right now. I am on Last Epoch Tools under Item Database. And as you can see right here, beta 0.85D. Now, some of these items we've seen, the art for, and some of them are like blowing me away. So we're gonna start with what we knew. We knew that the mountain was getting a unique set, which is 4 unique items that kind of all tie together. So what I've done is we're gonna start with that. And this item right here is Peak of the Mountain. And this is the helmet, and you could actually use this at level 12, and this is the item you'll find from Tier 1 Lightless Arbor, okay? And on here, it's pretty simple, right? This is a low-level unique. 40 armor, increased critical strike chance. You cannot leech health from critical strikes, and you get some to attributes, okay? Pretty low-end item, but critical strike chance, at least early in game, is nice. And a lot of times you don't really care about leech, all right? Number 1, as we go up, we move to Foot of the Mountain. And now this is what you get from Tier 2 Lightless Arbor. They're in order based upon what tier you have to play. This item is required level 48. These are the boots. Increased move speed, endurance, all attributes, gain 1 stack of Mountain's endurance, -2 mana cost per Mountain's endurance, and 100% of your dodge rating converted to endurance threshold, while you have at least 1 stack of Mountain's endurance, okay? So obviously, great item for survivability, especially those Sentinels that are focused on endurance. So really, I guess you could say any class. That is item number 2. Moving on to the third item in the Mountain set, and this is the Face of the Mountain. Doesn't look like a face, it looks like a shield. I love shields. Sword and board, one of my favorites. Again, this is tier 3, okay? On here you have block chance, block effectiveness, physical resistance, 1% block chance per 2% of endurance above the cap, which is really cool because I always end up with more endurance than I need. 12 to 24, huge range on the actual endurance roll. 225 to 550, huge roll on the block effectiveness, and 12 to 6% less physical damage taken on block. Very, very, very cool shield. Maybe a competitor to Bastion. We'll see. We'll see. I got to get my hands on it. So again, that is tier 3. Moving on to the next unique and the hardest to find, Core of the Mountain. And again, this is now tier 4, required level 80. Gain damage immunity for 3 seconds after being hit. Increase armor, plus 4 to 10 for all attributes, 11 to 14% endurance, and 45 to 90% endurance threshold. So again, when you look at these items, they are focused on endurance. And the big one is the shield. Because if you truly want to focus on endurance, Really, I mean, I guess the helmet is the one you don't care about, right? But the boots, the shield, and the armor, you are going to get a ton of endurance, and the shield is going to have that unique affix that 1% block chance per 2 endurance above the cap. So it's going to be really easy to get your block all the way up there. That is the Mountain Unique set, but there's so much more. Now, I posted the video talking about these old uniques that have new pretty colors. And like so many others, we were right. These 3 new uniques that we've already have, you can only get from gambling from the Soul Gambler, okay? And on here, I don't think any of them, yeah, it doesn't matter. You can get them anywhere from tier 1 all the way up to tier 4. So you have the Soul Gambler's Fallacy, and this is gonna keep a lot of its normal affixes you would find with the base item, but you're gonna get critical strike multiplier, you're gonna get +1 to necrotic skills, right? Then you have our Ashes Flower. Look how pretty it is. Again, this is gonna have all increased affixes on here, and all of these items can now have legendary potential, where before, none of these items could have legendary potential, all right? On the bottom down here, 89% increased physical and fire damage, health regen. I like it. Moving over to Burning. So here you have Ignite Chance, Elemental Resistance, Increased Leech Rate. A lot of these affixes are the same, but now it pulls a 46% level, and you can get legendary potential. So those are the 3 new uniques that are really old uniques, but they are new, that could have legendary potential from the Soul Gambler. All right. Just like that, 7 new uniques in. We still have a bunch to go. Moving over to Emmolators. Emmolators. Belt. This is interesting, okay? So listen to this. So this you can actually acquire from Fire Lich, okay? And this is Soulfire Bastion Dungeon Tier 3. 46 to 100% chance to ignite yourself when you use a fire or necrotic skill. Now you're probably thinking that sucks. I'm gonna be igniting myself all the time. Listen, adaptive spell damage for fire and necrotic skills per stack of ignite on you. So you actually, the more stacks you have on you, the more damage you're gonna do. 4 to 6% chance to gain a frenzy for 2 seconds when you directly use a fire or necrotic skill per stack of ignite on you. Increase ignite duration and 100% chance to cleanse ailments on potion use. So if you are a direct necrotic or fire character, you want this belt. Okay? And you got to be tier 3 to get the drop. Moving on to Omen of Thunder. This drops from Arena Champions. Now, I've been waiting for this, okay? I've been waiting for this. This is the belt you must need if you want to run totems. Listen. 10 to 17% increased cooldown recovery speed for Summon Storm Totem. When you directly summon a Storm Totem, all existing totems gain 17 to 24 spell lightning damage. 10 to 17% lightning penetration for totems. When you use a potion, all your totems are restored to full health and gain damage immunity for 2 seconds, +1 to totem skills. Wowzers. That's a pretty darn good totem belt. It's interesting. They haven't made totems better as far as buffs or really skill trees, but they continue to give us really nice totem items. So maybe that's their idea to make them better. Bayon's boots. We still got a handful left. Look at that. I told you there's a bunch. Bayon's. Again, another interesting mechanic, okay? So this uses the implicits for the fire boots, fire resistance boots. Increased movement speed 10 to 18, and the implicit is 5 to 18. So if you happen to get a perfect roll, it's a 36% increased movement speed. 1% increased damage per 1% increased movement speed. Every 3 seconds, your next movement skill deals 24 to 40% more damage, 4 to 10% to all resistance, 40 to 120 on armor. So when you think of shift, when you think of shield rush, when you think of all these movement skills that you use, surge, if you're using those for damage, you now have movement skill increased damage buffs. That is different. Pyre of Affliction. Holy smokes. Look at this. Two-handed axe. So on here, 146 melee physical damage, 40 to 60 spell fire, 46 to 60 spell necrotic. All right, ready? I know I'm giving you a lot. We still have another 4 after this. All right. 13 to 46 chance to apply damned on hit, ward gain on kill, chance to ignite yourself on kill. This is another item that you can ignite yourself. Okay, and that's 100% on this. Casting Transplant grants 460 to 700 ward and converts every stack of ignite on you to damned with a 160% increased duration. Spells you cast while damned have a 10 to 16% increased damned effect per stack of damned on you. Fire and necrotic penetration, 23 to 13% less fire and necrotic damage over time taken. You can only get this on tier 4 Soulfire Bastion dungeon. Required level 76. So chance to apply damned, then you ignite yourself, then you use transplant to move that ignite into damned, and then you're going to buff your damned through spells. So 1. This one I'm still figuring out. I've already got some ideas for a build. I can find the damn thing, but that item took a lot of thoughtful processing to make. And I'm hoping it has the 3D render in game. Fingers crossed. Pen Umbra. Now when I see Umbra, I immediately think Wolsen. So whoever named this, maybe it's everything comes back to Wolsen. So maybe it's a Wolsen call out. This is gonna be a long video. See, they dropped too many uniques, okay? So this is based upon the base 4 increased movement speed ring. This is actually one of my favorite uniques. Increased damage for skills used by shadows, 65 to 115. I'm thinking about my shadow rogue. This is gonna be a good item. Increased shadow dagger effect, 10 to 15. 15% chance to apply a shadow dagger on hit with lethal mirage. Critical strike multiplier, 15 to 25, and health gain on hit. This is arena champions for rogue, okay? And what's great about this is it's a ring. So you could wear 2. You could literally buff your shadow damage by 230%. It's a pretty cool item. All right, 3 left. Pack. One-handed axe. And is this based upon minions? Womp womp. No. I mean, kind of. So, increased necrotic minion damage. That's the base for this one-handed axe. Chance to apply frailty on hit. Increased attack and cast speed. Melee physical damage. Spell physical damage for sacrifice. This is a sacrifice item. Increase area with sacrifice. When a minion dies, you have a 36 to 46% chance to cast sacrifice on your lowest health minion. 1 second cooldown. So it is an interesting idea. You have a ton of minions, you cast sacrifice, sacrifice does a ton of damage, and then another sacrifice will go off that you don't have to trigger on a minion that's likely already going to die because it is its lowest health. Basically, it's a corpse explosion one-handed axe. Kind of gave me an idea. Maybe I could do my lazy build and then use this and just blow them up all the time. Might be fun. All right, the last 2. And I got a feeling you did not expect this. A new set has entered the fray. Lich's Envy. Yes, that is correct. Would you say I saved the best for last? I don't know. I will tell you, did not see this coming. Lich's Envy. So, implicit, increased cast speed, spell fire damage over time, spell fire damage Infernal Shade per active Dread Shade, increase area of Infernal Shade per active Dread Shade, mana cost for Infernal Shade, mana cost for Dread Shade. You're probably thinking, wait a second. You're telling me they made a 2-item set for shades? Yes, that is what I am telling you. The 2-set bonus is +4 to maximum shades, okay? But this is the item where it's like, this is the hard one to find. This is a tier 2 Soulfire Bastion, okay? Last but not least, Lich's Scorn. I call it the Crystal Skull. They probably can't call it that, okay? Check this out. Dread Shade is converted to cold. 9 to 13% frostbite chance for minions affected by Dread Shade. Freeze rate multiplier for minions affected by Dread Shade. Base plus 5 to 13 cold damage with spells and attacks per attached Infernal Shade for minions affected by Dread Shade. And the icing on the cake, 1% cold penetration for minions affected by Dread Shade per intelligence. This last one I've been processing. 1% cold penetration for minions affected by Dread Shade per intelligence. So are you telling me that if I have 100 intelligence, it's going to have a 100% cold penetration for my minions? And you don't need, I don't need the 4 shades. So you just wear just Lich's Scorn to do this. I need to find that item. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I don't know if I missed some. Maybe there's 1 or 2 more. That's 15 new uniques. This is a long video. Oh, this is a really long video. Okay. This is my question. Out of those, which one is your favorite mechanically? And which one is your favorite visually? Let me know in the comment section below. I hope I could stream and I hope I could find some of these and get some build guides out. Like I said at the beginning of the video, I've officially started a Patreon. Thank you to everybody for the support. It is the best way to support me moving forward. Become an instant ARPG VIP and get Patreon exclusive content. Podcast 10 went up yesterday, maybe the day before. That's coming out every single week, and we've got some big plans for the future. All right, that's all I've got for this video. It went way too long, but maybe I just got too excited about all these new uniques I've got to hunt for. So hopefully you were entertained or at least learned something. Aaron, out.